The scope has a built-in zoom eyepiece angled at a comfortable 45 degrees, a dual focus system that allows for both coarse and fine adjustments, a tripod thread, and twist-up eye cups. Waterproof and purged with nitrogen. You can always guarantee the Alpen Apex 20 to 60 by 80 spotting scope will be right there with you.
This event today is the Ozark Youth Shooting Team Sportsman's Banquet.
This program teaches kids, and I say that literally, kids. You start out in this program at 8 years old, and from that age, you are pounded with safety, everything.
This is our 9th year, and we do really well. All the money stays here in Benton County, goes to the youth shooting, and it's great things.
We have lots of stuff on auctions, raffle tickets. All the money goes to help support the youth shooting team of Benton County. The money stays here with this organization.
So 850, rather all the way back at 850.
He's a 1-year-old riding the tank. Okay, big time.
Benton County Quail has been around for many years now. Alpen has been a big supporter of our group. I'm a committee member, I'm a grounds committee member, and I'm a cook committee member. So when you come to our banquets, you always have some good food to eat. The kids that are here and the kids that can't afford to come, we do not turn kids away.
No, this is the great thing where you can give your knowledge to these kids and then watch them grow. And we've already watched kids grow, go to college, get a degree, and come back and coach in this club.
I think it went fantastic. We had more $500 packages sold tonight than ever.
No hiccups that I know of so far.
We'll be here next year, Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise.
Fully waterproof, fog-proof, Alpen Apex family of binoculars include HD optic design, bringing lasting durability, quality, and magnification ranges that cover tight and distance viewing. The fully coated BA-K4 prism lenses utilize PXA and HR coating platforms, and backed by Alpen's famous limited lifetime warranty. Find your prey with maximum clarity in any light with Alpen's Apex series of binoculars and spotting scopes.
What? $500 right here. Everything that you would want in a pair of optics. I know what I'm looking for, and once I know what I'm looking for and find what it is, that's what I'm interested in buying. The bottom line is they're affordable, they're lighter, and they're great in low light. The new Alpen Tetons. Another deer coming out. All right, this time we're going to show you how to sight in the Alpen Apex scope. Now Ryan's got his AR-10 and he's got the Alpen Apex 4.5 by 27. Now he also has the sunshade and the honeycomb on it, and it comes with the scope. And what it does is it filters out all this sunlight that we're dealing with here today. So again, your gun would already be bore sighted like this one is. Take the first shot and then we'll show you how to make the adjustments after that shot. All right, so as I said, the next step was to bring the crosshairs down to the bullet. But before we do that, we're gonna take the caps off and we're gonna pull the turrets off, okay? And there's 3 set screws in there that we're gonna loosen up. We're gonna go ahead and make those adjustments, get everything sighted in, and when we finalize the sight in, we're gonna tighten those set screws, put the turret back so we have a 0 position on it, and then we'll put the caps back on and we're good to go. The next step now is Ryan's gonna hold the bullseye on the red dot, and I'm gonna make adjustments to bring the crosshairs down and over to the bullet. And that's what we're gonna do right now. Pretty close, aren't we?
Yeah, just hair to the
Right. I gotta go to the left. It's gotta go left, right? Or not? Yeah, I gotta go to the left. Are you on?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think this is right.
Good.
And I gotta go down just a little.
Yeah. Other way.
Other way.
Just the side of that red, but I pulled.
So we can pretty much assume that we're on, you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's in the red.
All right, that's all it takes. 3 shots and we're in the red.
Rugged and stylish, the Alpen Optics high-performance Shasta Ridge binoculars keep everything in sight without letting you down. With the fully waterproof housing and the fully multi-coated PXA BAK4 optics, your adventure will be clear and bright. The rubber housing not only protects, it also looks great. And no matter if you're hunting, shooting, or stargazing, the long eye relief, gas-purged optics of the Alpen Shasta Ridge 8x42 binoculars makes life closer and brighter.
All right, this time we're gonna show you how to sight in the Alpen Apex scope. Now Ryan's got his AR-10 and he's got the Alpen Apex 4.5 by 27. Now he also has the sunshade and the honeycomb on it, and it comes with the scope. And what it does is it filters out all this sunlight that we're dealing with here today. So again, your gun would already be bore sighted like this one is. Take the first shot and then we'll show you how to make it.
The Alpen Apex 8x42 binocular brings stunning clarity in low light conditions by combining a superior BAK4 prism with exceptional PXA phase and HR metallic coatings, maximizing light transmission and bringing true-to-life color and crisp definition. The Apex 8x42s are purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and the lenses clear. The sleek roof prism design and durable rubber armor ensure that these optics will last a lifetime and work just as hard as you do. The Alpen Apex 10x42 binocular brings stunning clarity to low light conditions by combining a superior BAK4 prism with exceptional PXA phase and HR metallic coatings, maximizing light transmission and bringing true-to-life color and crisp definition. The Apex 10x42s are purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and the lenses clear. The sleek roof prism design and durable rubber armor ensure that these optics will last a lifetime and work just as hard as you do. The Alpen Apex 10x50 binocular brings stunning clarity to low light conditions by combining a superior BAK4 prism with exceptional PXA phase and HR metallic coatings, maximizing light transmission and bringing true-to-life color and crisp definition. Waterproof for all weather performance, the Apex 10x50s are purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and lenses clear.
The sleek roof prism design and durable rubber armor ensure that these optics will last a lifetime and work just as hard as you do. The Alpen Apex 10x50 binocular brings stunning clarity in low light conditions. By combining a superior BAK4 prism with exceptional PXA phase and HR metallic coatings, maximizing light transmission and bringing true-to-life color and crisp definition. Waterproof for all-weather performance, the Apex 10x50s are purged with
Extreme weather ready with fully multi-coated optics, the completely waterproof and fog-proof Alpen 786 spotting. Extreme weather ready with fully multi-coated optics, the completely waterproof and fog-proof Alpen 786 spotting scope gets your prey in range every time. Get close with optical zoom of 20 to 60 times magnification. The included micro-adjustable tripod gives a steady base, allowing you to dial in your target. Powerful enough to bring your focus into crystal clear view at 1,000 yards, the Alpen 786 spotting scope's 80mm aperture brings enough light to conquer almost any conditions. Make your hunt the best you've ever had with the right equipment from Alpen Optics with the durable 786 Alpen spotting scope. Extreme weather ready with fully multi-coated optics, the completely waterproof and fog-proof Alpen 786 spotting scope gets your prey in range every time. Get close with optical zoom of 20 to 60 times magnification. The included micro-adjustable tripod gives a steady base, allowing you to dial in your target. Powerful enough to bring your focus into crystal clear view at 1,000 yards, the Alpen 786 spotting scope's 80mm aperture brings enough light to conquer almost any conditions. Make your hunt the best you've ever had with the right equipment from Alpen Optics with the durable 786 Alpen spotting scope. Alpen MagnaView 8x32s offer performance and value for today's sports optics users, demanding a binocular that delivers. Durable and comfortable, the Alpen MagnaView binocular delivers more features with the BAK7 prism and fully coated optics. Waterproof for all-weather performance, the MagnaView series is purged with nitrogen, keeping the barrels dirt-free and the lenses clear. The compact and armored 8x32 Alpen MagnaView binocular, built to last a lifetime. Alpen Wings 8x42 binoculars are designed with versatility in mind. The BAK4 fully multi-coated optics, combined with the lightweight and ergonomic open-hinged body design, make these waterproof binoculars the perfect tool for any situation or weather. Armored and purged, these binoculars are tough enough to last against any minor bumps and dings and will never suffer from internal fogging. With the long eye relief and twist-up eye cups, the Alpen Wings 8x42 binoculars are the perfect tool for any adventure. Alpen Wings.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of On the Hunt with Alpen Optics. I'm your host, Rick White, and coming to you from here at my house in Iowa. I was out in Ohio this past week. I was out there for a week out in Lake Erie, and we were doing some walleye fishing, and it was phenomenal. We limited out every day. The latest it took us was 10 o'clock in the morning one day, 9 o'clock another day, and we were done by 7:30 the last day. Limited out in less than an hour. So fantastic fishing. Got a lot of big ones too. So I've got a few walleyes in the freezer, and we had some good eating fish while we were on the trip. So anyways, hey, tonight's guest is a guest that has not been on the show before. A good friend of mine. I do a lot of hunting with him. He's comes from Southern Georgia. Jonathan Heron. How you doing tonight, Jonathan?
I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of you, but I'm doing pretty good, Rick. It's raining now and having trouble with signal, but I've stepped outside in my truck here. But yeah, everything's been going pretty good. Been staying real busy at work. How about yourself?
Oh, everything's good. You know, I was down there back this spring. We did a little turkey hunting, and I got to tell you, it was a pretty darn good season for us, wasn't it?
I'd say so. It's been a little rough here. I mean, the turkey population in Georgia, I believe, has decreased a bunch. So it was great to have a better season, and I believe with them dropping the limit from 3 to 2 here in Georgia, maybe they can continue to grow, and maybe we can have some good seasons in the future to come.
Yeah, you know, it went from the limit used to be 3, and they dropped it to 2, and you know, several other states did similar things where they dropped their limits. Alabama, Ohio, Kansas. You know, several states, but you know, that's what they've got to do. The population of turkeys seems to be dropping in some areas, but we did manage to get on some turkeys and had a great hunt. And I know last year I came down during the deer season. It was the first time I ever came down to hunt Georgia during deer season. And listen, you're not gonna, you know, I live in a state where we have a lot of big deer, and when you go to Georgia, you know, you're not really setting your eyes on giant deer. You're setting your eyes on good deer that are older and mature. Now, having said that, there are some big deer that come out of Georgia, no doubt. But in southern Georgia, most of what I saw were you know, good aged deer, but just the rack sizes aren't that big. You know, is that pretty normal, Jonathan, down there?
Might have lost him a little bit here. He's
Yes,
having
sir.
signal troubles.
Can you hear me? I'm having.
Yeah, he's having some signal troubles.
Can y'all hear me?
Rick, he's having
Yeah,
a
we're
little bit of
losing you,
issue
Jonathan.
with
I think
his connection.
you're kind of breaking up, coming in and out a little bit. How's your service?
Yeah, he's having a rough time down there in Georgia.
I know they've got some storms in the area. Maybe that's affecting them a little bit.
I bet you it is.
Yeah, well, maybe Paul, you keep trying. See if he interrupt me if he gets back on there. But I'll just chat a little bit while we're trying to get him straightened out. But so I've been hunting Georgia now, turkey hunting Georgia for 20 years probably, and you know, it was. And I don't know if he's hearing me. I hope he is. But years ago, when I started going down to Georgia, Jonathan was just a little kid. And he would come over. I stayed at a friend's house, AJ Strickland, and he's passed away now. But I went down and stayed with AJ and one of our staff members, Wayne Shaw. And some of you know Wayne. He and I and AJ always hunted together in South Georgia. And I look forward to it every year. It's a fun hunt, but it was the camaraderie of those two that made the hunt, you know, worthwhile. I would go down there just to spend time with them, and turkey hunting was just a bonus on top of that. And as I said, Jonathan would come over. We'd have a cookout every time I was down there, and Jonathan was one of the kids that would come over, and there would be a ton of kids. We'd have a big cookout, and there'd be 15 kids, and Wayne and I would have to get our turkey calls out and show all these kids how to do turkey calls, and I brought a bunch of extra ones down, and we gave all the kids a turkey call, and it was just a lot of fun. And Jonathan was one of those young kids, and it just so happens that we stayed in contact over the years, and now now he's an adult, and we do a lot of hunting together, and we've had a lot of fun hunts.
I thought I
Jonathan,
had
are you
him.
back on there?
I thought I had him back, but then I guess he dropped his phone. There he is.
Can y'all hear me now?
I got you.
All right, so you got me now.
I was just telling him about
last
how we met years ago over at AJ's when you were just a little kid, and we used to do our turkey calls and give away turkey calls, and now we're hunting together and doing all that stuff. But we had a lot of fun over the years.
Hey, Rick, you got me this time?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'm sorry. I finally got it working, I think, maybe.
All right.
Is he there?
Yes, he's there.
Okay. Well, Jonathan, listen. Tell the folks just a little bit about yourself. What are you up to these days?
Well, I'm actually fixing to finish my bachelor's degree in natural resource management in December. I pursued a track in forestry, and I work for a Rayonier Forest Products right now, and really enjoy it. I've been doing that all summer. Other than that, I've been farming or been in the woods, man. Turkey season just rolled over here, and hog hunting, it's pretty big around here just because of the farmers. We have big problems with the crops every year. So we've been hunting the fields at night, a lot of time with thermal or flashlight, whatever way you can kill them, really. That's about all I've been doing all summer, catching a few catfish when the river.
We would always go down, and the Satella River is one of the rivers that's right there close, and we would set out bush hooks, and we caught tons of catfish, and they have the best eating catfish.
It's okay, Rick. Keep going.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about that. I didn't know what I was listening to.
We're listening.
But they have the best eating catfish I've ever had, and it's a blast. I'm telling you. We catch some big ones. I mean, we've caught 30 and 40 pound flatheads and blues, and some 10 and 12 pound channel cat, and they're all good eating. Even those big ones, surprisingly, are very good. So, have we got Jonathan on there? Good.
Yeah.
Have we got Jonathan on there? Good. I hear some talking.
That's feedback. We're hearing his speakers.
I got you. Well, Jonathan, listen. I know you're into the forestry, and you're in Georgia. You're in pine country. What exactly do you do? What's your job, and what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
I'm sorry, Rick. Can you repeat that? I'd lost you for a second. What I do on it.
I was saying, you being in the forestry.
Can you? I'm sorry. I'm all kinds of.
Is he there?
Yeah, he's having just signal issues. He's lagging about. He's trying to put it on Bluetooth, and by putting it on Bluetooth, he's making it take longer to get to him. So you got about a 5-second lag.
I got you. They got some storms going on down in South Georgia, and we're figuring that might be the issue.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Jonathan?
Yeah, we just lost him. He's not there anymore, Rick.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so Jonathan works for the forestry department, and I was wanting him to talk about the importance of pine trees and some of the different things they do down there. But I'll talk about one thing, and we'll see if Jonathan's able to get back on. But a mutual friend of ours down there was in the timber business for years, and they owned a sawmill, and they used to cut pine and cypress and even hardwoods down there. But that was their business for years and years and years. And what they got into here maybe about 10 years ago is they started an old, hundreds of years old tradition. And maybe some of you don't realize, but turpentine comes from pine trees, and they started manufacturing turpentine. In fact, they're one of the few, if not only, turpentine producers in the United States. And they harvest similar to what I do when I collect maple syrup. I tap my maple trees and the syrup runs, and then I boil it and so on and so forth. Well, they tap the pine trees. Their syrup runs in the summer in the heat of the year, which is right now, it's running. And then they collect in the fall, which is completely different than maple. We early spring collect maple, and then it's usually done by late spring, it's already done. So, but they collect sap from pine trees and they make turpentine. And then from the turpentine or from the sap, they also get uh, resin, and they get several different things, but resin, and they sell that as well. They sell it in a hard form, and they also sell it in a powder. Baseball players use resin. Violinists use resin. And even hunters are starting to use resin. Resin is an excellent product to put on your box calls instead of chalk, and it lasts longer.
It's great for
And it
bowling
sounds better.
too.
Yes, I heard something.
It's great for bowling. I
Great
put resin
for bowling.
on my
Okay,
shoes
there you go. Yeah,
when I
it helps you
bowl.
slide, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So
I've been big old deal, and you put it on your hands. It dries the hands out. Gets that oil because you have oil from the lane. So
yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Did we have any luck getting Jonathan back on, or?
now I don't know where he's
Okay, well,
at.
Jonathan, if you're listening or you can hear me, we'll get you scheduled for another night. Paul, you and I, and if he gets back on, just let me know. But I guess you and I can talk a little bit, Paul, and then I think we'll just have to make sure that everybody's Wi-Fi is up in good shape going forward. It's just the weather and a lot of
There's
things
just
can
a
affect.
few of us watching, so it's
Who have we
kind of
got
up
on the
to
show
you.
tonight? Who's on?
Right now, Ron Toth, John Dallas,
Ron, how you doing, buddy?
Reese Every the Third,
Reese, there you are.
and that's who I see.
Well, not very many tonight, then, huh?
Nope. But
all right. So what's going on down in your neck of the woods in Arkansas?
it's just hot and more hot.
Yeah, it's hot here too. It's
think
we got rain today.
Yeah, it rained for us not too long ago, but today it's just like 98% humidity and about 94 degrees, something like that. Let's see, what is it?
Yeah,
95.
shout out those. We got those poor folks in Kentucky. One of our fellow staff members, and you guys probably all know John Dallas. First of all, John is actually fighting a pretty bad case of COVID right now, he and his wife. And they're starting to get better, but they had a heck of a time with it. And they've had it now for almost 3 weeks. And they lost their sense of taste and smell, and they had the fevers and the whole 9 yards, breathing issues. But they're good. They're starting to come out of it. They're run down a little bit, but I talk to them on a daily basis. But anyway, John, I had mentioned it's unfortunate what happened in Kentucky. John lost a first cousin in the flood, and he has lots of relatives in eastern Kentucky, and all of his relatives, with the exception of one, lost their homes, and then he lost the life of one of his first cousins, and he was swept away by the water. So our heart goes out to those folks, but it's just the weather, man. You gotta keep an eye on it. Sometimes those storms roll in; they don't give you a lot of warning. You know it.
Yeah, it's been an interesting summer. I think It makes me worry about the winter being extremely cold.
Well, if you get extremely cold down there, just think of
Yeah.
what we're going through.
So it looks like John Dallas says, oh no, they have pneumonia now.
So they have pneumonia, yeah. So COVID pneumonia, and
Uh,
yeah, they've really been struggling with that, and I hope he gets over it here real quick. So
yeah.
not much you can do. The doctors tell him just to ride it out, and I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but if that's the way you got to do it, I
Tell
hope.
you, I used to get pneumonia 3 or 4 times a year, and I finally talked the doctor into giving me the pneumonia vaccine
Yeah,
about like 8 years ago. I've been getting pneumonia since I was a little kid, and I haven't had it since I started getting the shot. About every 2 years. Supposed to get it every 5, but I get it every 2, and if I don't, then I start getting pneumonia. But I get it every 5. I get it every 2 years, and I don't have to worry about getting pneumonia anymore.
I had walking pneumonia years ago. I was
That's
in my
awful.
early 20s,
Yeah.
and boy, it knocked me down. I tell you, it was really put a toll on me.
I
Just
got it.
no energy at all. And in fact, it
Yeah.
reminds me of I had my first possibly second bout with COVID was in 2021, and I had it in my lungs too. Unfortunately, it wasn't very bad, but it
Yeah.
was in October and it was hunting season, and I would walk to my tree stand, which is an easy walk here at the house, and I would just get part way to the stand, and I had to stop and rest. I didn't know what was going on, and
Yeah.
got in the tree and was breathing hard, and when I got done hunting that night, I said, I got to find out. I got to figure out what's going on here, and it was virtually the next day I lost my sense of smell and then taste, and I knew what it was, and then of course went and got tested, and I was positive.
Yeah.
And
So I got
but
a question. If
yeah,
somebody is hunting wild pig, and I would say boar, but they're not boars. They're domesticated pigs that have been set loose.
yes,
Uh, what what's the best? Is it like a deer, for example? I could see where I know where you're supposed to aim for a deer, but where would be the best for a wild boar or a wild
well,
pig?
wild boars or hogs in general, they have this. They call it a metal plate. It's not. I mean, it's not metal, but it's
Yeah.
they have this plate right behind their shoulder that is very, very tough to penetrate. Uh, in all honesty, the best place to shoot a hog, especially with a gun, is in the ear, right behind the ear. I've always thought. Uh, but if you shoot them behind the shoulder, if you've got a gun, big caliber gun, no problem. But sometimes the bow or small calibers, they have a heck of a time getting through that plate, that armored plate they call it. So
Mm.
similar. But I'll tell you what, I've shot several hogs. And Mike McDonald and I, when we went down to Florida this year, Mike shot a really nice hog, and they are. I like pork, and
Yeah.
they are fabulous.
Well, it's
Great
because
eating, whether you want to
yeah.
mix them with your deer or just eat it,
I
by itself. But
wonder. I
it is
wonder
good.
if I would react to them the same as a deer. I can't eat very many wild game because I'm allergic to it. Something about the protein uh, is what the doctors think, and I wonder because you take a regular pig and you let it loose. What does it take about maybe 6 to 10 weeks, and it turns completely feral and looks completely different?
Yeah, I mean they don't necessarily always look completely different, but uh,
Close.
feral pigs look a lot like raised hogs here, but they get wild. They live
Yeah, they get
and breed
hair.
and multiply very quickly.
Yeah,
And
big
I
old
don't know
thick
the answer to
hair.
that, Paul. I
I
I could
wonder.
bring some down. You can eat it, and if you have 3 eyes the next day, we'll know that you
Yeah.
shouldn't have probably had it.
No, if I stop breathing and kill over dead, then we know I
Well, then
can't
I
eat
wouldn't
it.
try it. I don't know that it's worth trying that. You
That's
better stick
that.
to what you know
Yeah.
you can eat.
That's what happens to me whenever I eat fish or wild game. Duck is the worst. That's why I don't go duck hunting. I don't do it because I want to, but what's the point? I can't eat it. So, you know?
Yeah, and I know there's going to be some people out there, and they're going to call me up and they're going to cuss me. But and I always I don't like duck. I mean, I can eat it, and it's okay.
It's
But
different.
everybody, all the duck hunters out there say, "Oh no, you got to know how to cook it, and you've never had it the way I do it." Well, I have, and I've had it a lot of ways, and most of the time, what they have to do is wrap it in bacon. And quite honestly, you can wrap a tennis shoe in bacon, and the tennis shoe will taste just fine.
Well,
So
duck,
if you
it
have to
depends on
hide,
where did you eat the duck? Where did you shoot the duck? And what time of year?
well, I mean, when I used to go duck hunting, it was always in the fall, obviously.
Okay. Or you can go in the early winter.
Yeah, you can certainly, but not so much here in Iowa because your season. See, our ducks come from Canada, and when they
Mm-hmm.
get through Iowa, they're heading your way. And later in the season, you still have ducks. Later in
Mm-hmm.
the season here, everything's froze up and they're gone.
Yeah. So I'm thinking our duck season starts basically at Thanksgiving. And they've changed their diet from what they're used to eating. It may be just to get it at the right time.
That it could be, but again, they're okay. I mean, I
They're
always
very
give the
fatty.
duck hunters a
No,
little grief, but
yeah, they're fatty and they're dark meat. There's not really a lot of white meat in a duck. So that may be part of it. You just don't like it
yeah,
because it's too greasy, maybe.
yep. So, let's talk about let's. Are you privy to any of the new products coming out here, Paul, right now?
Yeah, we're working on some stuff.
Well,
I don't
we
have any
talked
with
about
me.
this a couple weeks ago with Lance, but we do have the night vision and the what
Yeah.
else have we got coming out?
Well, the Apex
What's that?
Thermal. The
The
Apex
thermals,
Thermal.
yeah. Yep, and they're
Um,
coming out here probably in by spring. I'm thinking, and I've already gotten to look at the samples, and we held them and looked through them, and fantastic. I mean, they are really really good, and I'm anxious to see them come in. I know that our rangefinder binoculars they're on I think they're on a ship right now. They should be here docked pretty quick. And as soon as they get that container unloaded in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have the new rangefinder binoculars, and they are fabulous. I mean, we just keep coming up with really, really good things.
yeah. Let's see here. So I've got some stats on it. Uh, yeah, there's two different models, and this is the thermal. This is like FLIR level stuff. You know, this is the real deal. 35 millimeter lens, 384 by 288 sensors, and you can change the whether it's white, red, blue, whatever you want to see, however you want to see it.
Yep, you can change the colors. I think you can record on it if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
So you
I'm
you
not
can go out and
sure
record
exactly
the
how
hunts
it
that you're doing.
works, but you can. And of course it obviously hooks up to your laptop or desktop. So,
Right, right.
but anyway, we're good. I think we're right at about the end here. So we're right about at the end, Mr. Rick.
Okay. All right. Well, folks that were watching tonight, I apologize that we weren't able to keep Jonathan on any longer, and I'll give him a shout, and we'll get him rescheduled and make sure that there's no storms and he's got good Wi-Fi but let me tell you, when I'm down in South Georgia, my service is good for just a little bit, and then it's bad for a long time. It's just, that's what you get down there sometimes. But anyways, Paul, hey, thanks for jumping in and keeping some conversation going. Folks, hunting season's really around the corner here. I mean, Kentucky opens the 3rd of September. I think I'm going to be going down to hunt with Mike. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just ready for deer season. Cameras are out. If you don't have your cameras out, get them out. And if you need cameras, hey, check out that Bresser trail cam. There's 2 of them. They're really good cameras for the money. They don't get any better. And we've got them priced right now on the website. So, Paul, hey, next Wednesday, 6 to 6:30 on the Hunt with Alpen Optics. We'll be back with you, and I'll have a guest all set up, and we'll make sure that we've got some better signals coming from our guests next week. So,
okay.
But thanks, Paul, and thanks everybody for viewing tonight, and we'll catch you next Wednesday. See y'all.